When all the ending artists for Chainsaw Man were announced, I was surprised to say the least, but also excited. There were a decent amount of artists there that I didn't recognize, so maybe the show would help me discover some cool new music. There were some pretty great artists in there too, one of them being Zio Vachi or Queen Bee. Always reliable to drop some good shit. I'm sure this time will be no different.
Violence.
It sucks to put them here, but this song is a 2-pack of ass. It feels unfinished, like half of the time there's this dead air that feels like they would have put in lyrics later, but they didn't, and so it's just a bunch of dead air. Also, that hook is so tacky. Ugh, I'm sorry, it's just bad. This is the only one in the show that I think is genuinely bad. Huge disappointment. Also, I'm not really a fan of the visuals either. I have another confession to make. I don't like Aimer. Is it Aimer? 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 I'm not sure. She has a great voice, but none of the music she makes ever grabs me. It's all kind of boring. The only song I really like by her is the Zonkyo no Terror ending. That song rocks. This song is no exception to the rule though. Just boring. I kind of forget what it sounds like after I hear it. Also, nitpick, but really weak production, especially on the chorus. That chorus should have hit a lot harder. Those drums sound like a default FL Studio preset. Come on. Great visuals though. Honestly, I'm surprised this wasn't last place. I get the feeling it is for a lot of people, and it was my last place for a while too, but I don't know, it has kind of a nice swing to it. The synth line is kind of catchy, and I like the acoustic guitar. But Kanario's voice is pretty weak, and it feels a bit aimless. The chorus has no punch to it, it kind of feels like the same as the verses. Once it ends, you're like, oh, that was it? Okay, I swear I'm not trying to piss people off with this list. This is the point of the list where I genuinely like all the songs. But this is just a pretty okay Eve song. Not much more. It's pretty by the numbers, not much to say about it. Chorus is pretty catchy, I suppose. Great bass line. Pretty funky song. Not one of my favorites, and I don't revisit it that often, but it's pretty good. It doesn't stick around in my head much afterwards, but I don't hate my time listening to it. Pretty middle of the road, leaning towards positive. Okay, now is the portion of the list where I have only positive things to say. Before the show, I never heard of Ano, but now I am very interested. What a great and adorable song, with a twisted sense of humor. Production is great too. Love how those drums and bass sound. Chorus is extremely catchy. Great stuff. Again, never heard of this artist before, but now I'm interested. Nice to hear some rapping in one of these endings. This guy has a cool rasp to his voice. That chorus hits, especially when they repeat it and the vocalist screams. Ah, so good. Vondi, my goat. Fell in love with this guy's music ever since the second Osama ranking opening. This is another fantastic song, a sort of garagey indie rock vibe. Great groove to those guitars and drums, makes you want to bob your head. Extremely catchy chorus. The only downside is I wish there were actual visuals, but that's nothing to do with the song. Wow, talk about a discovery. Of all artists I discovered with these endings, Pseudo is definitely my favorite. This song fucking rules. And the way that chorus comes in with that scream. Shee! This guy's voice is crazy. He sounds like a little goblin man. It's so unique and fresh. Also, insane visuals for this one. Goated ending. Oh, also, a side note, if you're wondering what my opening ranking would be, it would be right here after the pseudo ending. So consider that an extra. I get the feeling not a lot of people have this one as high as I do, but I gotta say, I don't think there's any ending I've listened to the full version of more than this one. Fantastic synths, extremely zany and fun song, just addictive, so goddamn catchy. Also, this Tubo guy gives me huge Hitori / Wowaka vibes. Like, I hear him sing and I just hear Wowaka. Maybe that's another reason it's so high. I miss Wowaka. Goated! Also, I fucking love the visuals for this one. I love power. TK, my goat! My goat! You know, I genuinely mean it when I say this might be my favorite TK solo song ever. It's that goddamn good. And honestly, TK is usually hit or miss for me. Some of his songs can be kind of annoying. But fuck, what a guitar riff. God, it's genius. It was stuck in my head for a straight week. And that chorus, those vocals, that melody, it's so badass. Goated, king. Listen to the full version too, it's madness. TK, please make more songs like this. Really, was there any other pick for number one? Maximum the Hormone is one of my favorite bands ever. They were literally my first choice for a Chainsaw Man opening. Their music fits the vibe of the manga perfectly. But to be honest, seeing the news that they were contributing to the soundtrack made me a bit skeptical because their last anime song was kinda mid, and they never drop mid. But my god, they delivered. And it's one of their best songs ever. No, it's one of the best anime songs ever. The last thing I expected in a Maximum the Hormone song is breakcore, but they made it work so good! And that slow part with the now on the vocals that transitions into that classic pop-punk vibe, fucking godly. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, this is the only ending they use in the actual show as like an insert song during scenes. Multiple times. They knew it was godly. They knew it was the best. Come on. Absolute God King song. Goated to the fucking max. We need the full version now. Also, we need a new album now. It's been like 8 years. Make a new fucking album. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye.